Hello, my name's John. These are some Tau parts. This is another crossover video, and you're watching War Games Models and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome back to another crossover video. This month each video is going to be related to a crossover of two fictional universes that I really do enjoy. This month I'm going to be crossing over Warhammer 40,000 with Discworld. In the last video, which I'll leave a link in the description to, I made Wince Rind, not a wizard, but a psyker. And in this video, I'm going to be making a companion he got in the first Discworld book, Colour and Magic. This isn't Two Flower, this is Tau Flower, the Watercast official first tourist. So I've got a selection of parts here based on the Tau Ethereal, I think they're called, and I'm going to make a Watercast tourist to join my disc hammer conversions. So first thing I want to do is I want to chop a few bits up to get them ready for this conversion. So I've already cut the bits off the sprues, but things that I need to look at, let's just move bits out of the way. Obviously on here it has the wrong symbol, so I'm going to take that off and use a different symbol on there. So I want to be nice and careful when I do this. The last video was generally sculpting. This one is all going to be cutting plastic and creating a new model from that. Oops. So for anyone who didn't tune into the last video or just hasn't watched it yet, all this month I am doing crossover videos where I am connecting two of my favourite universes, the Discworld universe as well as the Warhammer 40,000 universe. To be honest, it may have been done before, I'm not sure. But the first few videos this month are all going to be about conversions, and then after that I'm going to get on to painting the miniatures that I work on. So this obviously isn't a Watercast member of the Tau, but by the end of this they will be. So that is the front of the chest plate on. I want to take most of this collar off, but I want to keep some of it. As I do think it needs a little bit of structure in the perfect. Okay, I do just have a standard, doing this the right way around, Tau head. It's going to go on there, but I've also, this part of this drone, I'm going to chop this off and I'm going to give it, this character, a really big domed hat. So let's just move things aside. That's going to be gluing, but while that glues as well, let's put on the rest of this character's cloak. Now obviously the Watercast are very different from all the other Tau. They integrate into diplomacy, trading, all sorts, but as the water they flow through all the other casts, and in my disc hammer world, Tau Flower is the first tourist travelling the universe. I might change that later on, but for now I'm going to glue it in place. I can always take it off and redo it later, but I quite like the idea that this hat is going to be a ludicrously large hat, but kind of fit in with the character of this Tau tourist. Okay. No, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's do a little bit more detail on the body while I let that head and hat dry. So originally this piece goes on the belt there, but what I am going to do is I'm going to move the icon up to the middle of the chest, trim the rest off and put something else on the belt there. So I'm realising that I'm way below the camera at the moment. Okay. I should have trimmed the back off this first. There we go. It's a little bit easier to trim that now. Okay, that will work. Now I'm going to stick this on straight away so I don't lose it. I know it's not a watercast symbol, but it's a symbol of the Tau Empire, and that is what this tourist is representing. There we go. And for where that was, I have a little pouch which I will sit in place there. It's another warm day today, so not exactly sure how this glue's gonna want to play. So I want to make sure it does go off. Okay, there we go. Not sure what size base this is going to go on yet, so I'm probably not going to worry about the base in this video. So now, okay. So for the left arm, I've just got one from one of the Tau kits holding a little gizmo. Could be a translator, a tourist book, whatever. I may find that after I've put this together and the glue's dried, I'm going to need to fill some gaps with some green stuff or something before I do any painting, but that's okay. You don't need to watch that. Probably needed to take a little bit off the edge of this though when I did that. Oh no, that's okay, that's okay. That's okay. So what I will do now, let's get the head stuck in place so it's easier to do the next arm. And dropping things everywhere this video. There we go. Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. So the one thing that I haven't got on Tau Flower is their 4 eyes. Or 2 eyes and a pair of glasses. However you want to read it. But I may do something with the drone later on. So there is that in place. Right, let's start working on the arm with the staff. Now the staff itself, I don't want the ethereal staff on there, but I was thinking of maybe using the top of this drone as an interesting piece. So I'm going to trim that off. So we have that there like that. And then let's trim, oh, don't fall over Tau Flower. Trim that off. So now this is going to have that on there. Yep, that's going to work. Now, the arm that I want to use is one that looks like it's holding an ammunition magazine or something like that, battery, whatever. I'm going to cut the hand off. This is now going to be the hand holding that. So, I'm going to trim back the hand slightly and then get this glued in place. There we go. Let's bring this down slightly. Needs to go up a little bit more. So one benefit about the warm day in the glue is it does take a little bit of time to go off. Okay. The benefit with this model as well being all plastic, if I do need to change any of it later on before I do painting, I can do. But for now, oh, I'm dropping things everywhere. There we go. Okay, let's have a little bit of glue on the end of here. I've nearly done this one. Just put a little bit on the top there just in case. And there we go. Right, I'll put some images on the end as I always do, but for now, I hope you've enjoyed this second video in my Dischammer series. This is Tau Flower, the Watercast Tourist. But for now, all I can say is thank you so much for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching War Games, Models, and Other Hobbies.